as a referee and you're standing there on the sideline and Australia scores and the noise, the passion, those are the type of moments in life that you just have to pause for a second, look around and see, wow, I was there when this happened. I'm Marie-Soleil Beaudoin and I'm a FIFA referee. I've been refereeing internationally since 2014 and I've recently returned from Australia and New Zealand where I refereed the FIFA Women's World Cup. To referee at the Women's World Cup is a dream for a referee, just like it's a dream for a player, right, to reach that level. So it's the same process for a referee. I've been lucky enough that it was my second World Cup. So I was there in 2019 in France and then in 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. And really to represent myself, Halifax and Canada at this stage, along with a couple of their colleagues that were there from Canada, was an incredible experience. It's great to see the growth of the women's game really and to be part of it, right? So to be able to actively be there and to witness the growth of the women's game really even in the last 4 years since the last World Cup, the amount of interest has grown exponentially. I was lucky enough to attend the opening game and there's 75,000 people in a stadium watching women's soccer and it's great quality soccer. It's an experience of a lifetime really. My team and I refereed 2 games, so Denmark, China, and Norway, Philippines. And once again, I feel one of the highlights for me is always the walkout. You have the crowd cheering, you have the FIFA anthem playing, you have the excitement of the players, and that's really when you can soak in the moment. After that, as a referee, you really just focus on what's happening on the field, but the walkout is where you really feel all the emotions. My final game, the third game that I did was Australia-Denmark as a fourth official. I mean, every game in a World Cup is special, but when you get to referee the home team, there's just a little bit more excitement, a little bit more passion, right? Just from the fans. So this is one of the World Cup balls I was lucky enough to take back with me. So this one is specifically from the Denmark-China game that we did. There is a sensor inside these World Cup balls that allow goal line technology, for instance. So when there's a goal scored, if we're lucky, it's really clear, but sometimes it just crosses the line by a millimeter, and now we need the technology to confirm that the ball has crossed the line. As a referee, what we get is a signal on our watch, goal, 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 so we know a goal has been scored. Most importantly, I have all my team sign the ball because, as I said, refereeing is really a team sport. So I want to remember this game, but I mostly want to remember the people that I work with as well. To get to World Cup, it takes many different qualities, obviously. There's obviously a tactical component to it, and there's also a lot of psychological components to it. So if we think about, people starting out in refereeing, there's a lot of skills that you can pick up on the soccer field that will translate into a career or into, interpersonal relationship and all kind of stuff. And really, for me, that's a lot of what I take away from my journey in refereeing so far. I'll be back on the field refereeing Canadian Premier League games in the coming weeks, and then we'll set new goals and see what the next years bring.